Damn. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Now, this one, I do believe this website was created by someone who considers themselves a Black Hebrew Israelite. Now, I myself do believe that Black people across the diaspora are the chosen people, but I do not identify with Black Hebrew Israelite. I do not identify with any camps. They are also called the Alphabet Boys. They are very abusive. They are very self-serving, and they don't know anything about how to read deeply and comprehend and have deep thoughts on the very Bible that they're reading. They don't know. They are at best basic level as the people who actually went in. They're a little bit more basic than the Caucasian people who went in and changed some things in there to make it appear as if it was written about them. But this is specifically, now you can see I just read something from a Black male who is a known Black female basher, but this is specifically from a Hebrew Israelite. And it says, Tiffany Jolene is a paid shield and hypocrite against the Black man by the white and Black anti-interracial think tank and groups. Tiffany Jolene and the mentality of non-Black women. And this is what he said. This is the mind of a Black Hebrew Israelite, probably connected to a camp. I'm pretty sure. This is why I'm not connected. I do things on my own. I can read. I can do my research and all that on my own. You have to be very careful who you are tying yourself to in everything nowadays. And he said, and he starts the sentence out with and it's on the side of the video. Okay. And she has to be paid. Black men of marriageable age make up 3% of the U.S. population, while white women are nearly made up of 30% of the U.S. population. That means, 1, every white man decided they were straight and not going MGTOW anymore overnight, which that's not happening whatsoever, and is making the Klan look clownish and super not serious with their anti-race mixing rhetoric between MGTOW and these gays. There's plenty of eligible white women even after the brothers and the Mexicans got one. Go find you one and stop bitching, white boy. Wow. And we're taking their white women back. Even after they took their white women back, there will still be more single white females than the number of white females in relationships with Black men currently. 2, any white female who is monogamous and expects for it to stay that way is an ultimate white supremacist. Hear us out. Because she thinks she's so high superior and mighty that she can refuse to share males who they outnumber 10 to 1 and expect for the man to stay with you? Did you forget about the other white women, the black women, and other non-black women who want your man too? Even if the dude is supposedly dusty as you claim. So he's one of those who gets offended by the term dusty. I mean, if you're dusty, you're dusty. Are you crazy? So this man is saying, are you fucking crazy because a woman expects monogamy? Now, this isn't even directed towards black women. This is directed towards Caucasian females. You're lucky to be getting looked at by a black man with the statistical probabilities, much less getting access to a dusty one, and certainly a top-notch black man, which in the system of white supremacy, top-notch black men are impossible to find because the nature of white supremacy turns us all into non-perfect catches. Okay, I'll give a little bit of synopsis on this when I'm done. I'm starting to hear some things that sound like rhetoric because I've been hearing it a lot. I've been on social media for over a decade, so a lot of this stuff it's the same thing. It's like you're in a loop. If you actually believe and trust in what this woman who is obviously getting paid to say these things say, then you're a fucking idiot. By the way, they have to pay a white woman with a brain and some sanity to get rid of her black man. A baby, a job promotion, a car, cash, stocks. Most time it's still not enough. Now I want to stop there because I've heard these things said by certain men, because there are men who are married to non-black women who are taking on pro-black stance. And I feel like if you do have a non-black mate, you can't be pro-black. You can speak on black issues, but you can't be militant. That's what got Jesse Williams in trouble. But this dude is literally saying kind of the same things that I feel like is being said to black women. Like, you know, we're down and out. It's white supremacy that's keeping us down in this system. We can't do anything against it. We're not perfect because of the white man and white supremacy, right? You need to put up with us in our dusty behavior. Sounds like the same thing. And then you can almost flip this, which she, again, the Caucasian female, is being given higher status because now this white woman is being paid to do this, right? And you see what he lists here. It's the same thing that was said about black females. You were given housing, you were given food stamps, you were given a job to put you in a position to kind of look down on us. So it just seems like the same thing from that same playbook being flipped on now the white females that they are trying to get after. Continuing. Dude, white men who don't want their daughters with minorities, just like black women who don't want their sons around white women. They are working together as we speak to sabotage interracial relationships. You know that, right? Are going to have to leave this country. So black women and white males are working together because they're trying to keep at the rate of almost 3 times as much. I don't think even if that was something that was going on that it's very successful. But black women and white males are working together to sabotage white females and black males getting together is what he's saying. It's crazy. Asking a white woman to give up her black man is the same as asking white men to give up their Asian women. Are you effing kidding me? That's never going to happen. White women should never ever fall for this. I have not seen anybody cape so hard. This is an entire little website and article on this alone, on caping for interracial relationships. It's insane. And I don't like it the other way. Like, I'm not talking about people on YouTube or that talk about their family and things that go on in their family. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this man is better. You have to act like this to be with this man. I don't like that. That is weak, that you're setting up here putting this man on a pedestal, these other men on a pedestal. And you're saying you have to do a certain thing, act a certain way, look a certain way, do certain stuff to get these men, which means that female's matriarchy is better than yours because she is producing a better man. But I will acknowledge that she said that you should pick the best man out of any race. I'll give her that. And she has touched on issues about women and the things that they go through. But to dedicate this beyond black and white thing is the same thing as this article. It's not a good look. I'll say it like that. It's not a good look to cape for a group that does not benefit you in any way. Continuing on, besides, more of your men are swirlers than you are. It's the truth. Go look it up. More white men swirl than white women do. And there's more of you than there are white men. That sounds familiar. Sounds familiar. You can flip that white to black. And then I wonder how that would come across. And I bet you the dude who wrote it, he didn't even see it though. It could be a white man who switches this around and say, black women should never fall for this. Besides, more of your men are swirlers than you are. It's the truth. Go look it up. More black men swirl than black women do. And there's more of you than there are black men. But, right. Statistically, white men are involved more in interracial relationships than black men are. The hell does that... Anyway. But if you hear the bullshit coming from the mouths, both the black women and the white men, which none of us should be listening to anymore, always scoffing and questioning anything that comes out of both the black woman's mouth and the white man's mouth. You wouldn't think that. The white man has the black woman in a big trap. See, through back channels in Black Lives Matter, the black woman made a deal with the alt-right white man to continue to let's keep these Negroes in heel era as long as they can get their black men back. But brothers are hip to the game. I'm done. I am so absolutely done with this remedial ass idiot. As if black women are benefiting. And what the hell does Black Lives Matter have to do with anything? It's a hashtag. It's a movement, and it was funded by a Jewish male, white male. What does that have to do with anything? And it's not just black women that make up Black Lives Matter. It's black men too. Wow. Since we know the game, they both think we're monkeys and have very low opinion of our intelligence. I guess this is the black man and the white woman. They think we're monkeys. I have had white females come on there putting monkey emojis on a comment to me. And This dude is talking about only black males. This is disgusting. Actually, it's sad and it's embarrassing. A few of us even more disgusted with you than before, and that is the trap. This was all a setup to get the black woman alone, for her to waste away and die. That's what really truly happens to a bunch of alone women no one wants. Wow. Now I want to read into this because this is really deep, and this is the severe mentality that actually creates the mindset of a black female who said that she will not date, marry, or procreate with a black man, because this stuff is becoming more prevalent, and I've been hearing it for a very long time, even though it's not true. Like I said, I've dated interracially. I've had a lot of men of different races who have been interested, but the rhetoric that goes towards black women is very vicious, is very vile, and it is not the same way when it goes the other way, because you can see how people were talking about Serena Williams versus how they were talking about Nate Parker. He said, "Since we know the game, they both think we're monkeys," and this man is saying that black females and white males think that black males and white females are monkeys, and have very, very low opinions of our intelligence. A few of us are even more disgusted with you than before. And that's the trap. This was all a setup to get the black woman alone, for her to waste away and die. Now, this was not saying a specific type of black woman, even if you wanted to go there, but this was saying the black woman, us black females as a whole. This was a setup for us to waste away and die. That's what really truly happens to a bunch of alone women no one wants. It's the Most High. He requires obedient women for his Hebrew and Israelite kings, and if that means that obedient women comes in another color, well, then for you, tough. I.e., that means we can see through your bullshit, and you need to stop making deals with these white boys to get your men back. A bunch of Negroes who need you to prove to them why they should be with you and start working for it. But they won't. They can't stop their bullshit because the black woman and the white male are not humble enough. And a woman who is not humble enough is absolutely, positively incompatible and quite disgusting with a man of the Lord. This is blasphemy on a whole nother level. I think people don't understand that we are not looked at on an individual level. We like to do that to ourselves, but we are looked at as a collective. And when you have men who are saying this, especially these black men who are saying this, I do believe stuff like this affects other black men and things that happen and how they're treated. That in itself is absolutely disgusting.